Ricky, tell me you can hear me. Tell me if the sound is working on the okay, audio works. Okay, it's probably terrible audio because it's the actual MacBook speakers, but I think it's good enough for us to get through this live stream. Um, yeah, Amex got me. I was talking about the. All right, so now I've got all discombobulated. I don't know where I was, but apparently I was talking for like 10 minutes and nobody could hear me. So Amex Hilton cards. If I were you guys and you were interested in the Amex Hilton cards, I would get them all right now. Okay, last topic was the green card combo. So the green card with the Rakuten combo is a great technique. I never heard of it, but there are some drawbacks from doing that with Rakuten because you're booking that with a third party. And I've had experiences where I needed to cancel a room and I would call the hotel and they'd say, "Hey, I'll cancel it, but I can't. You have to call this booking site." Call the booking site and they say, "Hey, call the hotel." So sometimes you can run into that problem with booking through third parties. Plus, I like to I don't book a lot of cash stays at hotels. Maybe 1 out of 10, 1 out of 8. So I think it's a great technique, and thanks for sharing it with us. And if you have any success with it, let us know. Hey, Daddy. Okay. All right. So everybody can hear me. We were talking about the green card and the Amex mafia that's censoring me. Then we're talking about Hilton, guys. With the Hilton, with the Marriott family language coming to Hilton, this is my suggestion. If you have the space for Amex cards and you have ever been interested in the Hilton cards, if you're not in pop-up jail and you can get the bonuses, I would get as many of those Hilton cards as you can right now. Maybe not the best advice for patient folks or long-term, but I would get the Hilton cards now because it looks like that language is coming, and they're not going to want to give you 4 bonuses. Ike Voorhees, I hear you, man. Sorry. I'm going to go to the store and get a new cord this weekend, so this should not happen again. And if I can't do that, I will just get a whole new mic. So apologize, guys. I know you're spending your time with me. Very sorry that happened. The technical side of things is not my area of expertise. And it looks like this cord from traveling around with me, it's the microphone I use when I go places. It looks like it's kind of bent inside the microphone. So I'll fix it. Yeah, L Man Gaming. I read that. And my question was, how involved do I have to be with Mount Fuji? Do I have to take a train there, or can I just see it from an observation location? But what do I need to do with Mount Fuji? I can definitely go to the viewing platform in Shibuya. Absolutely, we're going to do that. Oh, okay. So some of the stuff you guys missed, I was kind of just rambling on. Changing the name to Uncle Luke's Points and Miles. I was saying I actually thought about changing the channel's name just to my name, Luke Holt, to kind of simplify things and in case I ever branch out beyond credit card points and miles. But I think the channel right now with you guys on the lives is growing slowly but surely. So I think I'm going to not do any changes for a little while. I am probably going to get an editor in 2024 so the videos look nicer and a little bit more edited professionally. So that'll be like the only kind of change I do for a while. Again, guys, I super apologize. Charles, the family language, it's what it means is there's going to be more rules on which bonuses you're eligible for within a family of cards. So Amex has a Marriott family of cards. What the rule may say, and I haven't looked at it, but it may say if you have gotten the Bonvoy Brilliant, then you would not be eligible for the bonus on the other Marriott card. Whereas in years past, you could get all the bonuses. So it's not a positive change for us. Ricky, I'm all the way down this list. So if you had a question I didn't answer, go ahead and put it back in there, and I'll get to it. I apologize, but I was so far um, behind the text scroll, that I wasn't able to see. And somebody hit me on the Discord message, and I just glanced over at my phone. So whoever that was, John, appreciate it, man. And again, I apologize. The Dollar Man, new cord, new mic fund. Thank you for the super thanks, Dollar Man. Appreciate it. Charles says, okay. Oh, do you guys think the built card is a bit overrated? So this is what I was saying about the built card. I don't think it's overrated, and especially for renters, I think it's a really great card. There's no annual fee, and it has American Airlines and Hyatt as transfer partners. I don't think it could ever be overrated. Then you have the double points, and I think it's a decent dining card. I think it's adequately rated and adequately hyped. I think it's a big deal. I don't have it, but I do think it's a great card. It makes me really excited about what Wells Fargo is going to come up with. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I don't care what banks do, because they all do terrible and nasty things. Random Judoka says he feels like the entire sector is trying to de-risk. I think you're right. I think some credit crunch is coming. I think, the winter cometh. I think we're in for some serious, I don't want to say maybe headwinds. I don't want to say anything too negative, but I think we're into some different things in the next year or two. I said on my last live, I think that just the social situations and the geopolitical things going on, I think we've got some really unpredictable things coming up. So Ricky's travel hacking. Curious about your thoughts on the oh, so I missed a lot, man. Ricky, CMH sucks as an airport. CMH is our home airport here in Columbus, and I'm not familiar with the changes or the new terminal exactly, but anything they do will be an improvement. I don't like that airport at all. I don't like anything about it except for the parking, and I pay a lot for the parking. Dr. Harold Lee says he loves the channel. Thank you. Appreciate you, Doctor. Carlin Robb just moved on me. Oh, he deleted it. Okay. Black Jedi. I love that name. Hey, Luke, any good Alaska Airlines redemptions in business class you can think of? I don't have Alaska miles, so I don't really keep up on the good ones, but I know there's a bunch of them. Sorry. I think using Alaska miles for Japan Airlines is going to be a good redemption for you. And if I'm wrong, somebody comment, but I know there's a lot of good stuff with Alaska miles. I just don't know off the top of my head because I don't have any. Mostly free travel says, assuming no changes, what cards are your keeper cards? That's a tough question because I do change, I pivot. Let me look. I mean, let me take a look at my little handy dandy. I don't think I have any what you would call keeper cards, unless we talk about my 5% cash back, no annual fee cards. If it's a no annual fee with 5% cash back, I'll never get rid of it. Anything else could be gone. I mean, anything else could be replaced. But if I did have one that I really, really liked, let me see here. I mean, that's a tough question. Yeah, I mean, they could all be gone. There are no keeper cards unless it's 5% cash back, no annual fee. And I don't even use those cards. John, thank you. Says you're welcome. Appreciate it. Save the day. At least save my live. L-Man Gaming says if the weather is good, you can see it from the viewing platforms, but there's multiple cities you can go close to Tokyo. Okay, just do some research and take some trains. Okay, I got you, man. I am definitely going to see that Mount Fuji. I love it. If you're okay. Best viewing is on the platform in Shibuya Sky. Okay, I can't wait to see that, man. Charles has both Hilton Surpass and the no annual fee. Still need the Aspire, but I just got my Delta Gold yesterday, and I'm sitting at 6 non-charge cards with Amex. So, well, you're probably not going to be eligible for the Aspire, but you could also cancel one. BKZK travels and shows. What's your hotel brand of choice? I've been a Hilton loyalist for the last 3 years at least. I've stayed at a lot of Hiltons. I've used millions, yeah, millions of Hilton points. So I would say they're still my hotel brand of choice, but I have more IHG reservations in 2024 than any other brand. And I stayed at more Hyatts in 2023 than any other brand. So those three, IHG, Hyatt, and Hilton, are going to be fighting it out for my hotel loyalty in the next couple of years. Brad Groover, what's your most helpful site for finding reward flights? Seats.aero. Now here's a weird. I never used any of those sites until about a week or 10 days ago. I just got a membership to Seats.aero about 10 days ago, and I really, really like it. It helps me find award availability, but it's limited to the programs. Um, there's a lot of airlines that aren't on there, but if you just had Seats.aero, you're going to get amazing redemptions, and your points just with that membership to Seats.aero, your points are worth twice as much. The second you buy a membership, and they're not sponsoring me, I don't have anything to do with them, but Seats.aero is easy for my simple brain to use, and I think it's what I used it to book my Europe trip. I think it would have been a lot more difficult without Seats.aero. Glenn Ardonia says, Japan, baby, let's go. Let's go. October 22nd, I'll be there. I'll be eating ramen in the hotel lobby. I'll be tired, but I'll be there, man. And yeah, mostly free travel says I love my IHG card. It's a solid card. Very solid card. Dr. Harold Lee says living near IAD would Venture X, Ritz Carlton, United Explorer cards be a good setup. You know what? I don't talk about the Venture X a lot on the channel right now, but I absolutely love the Venture X lounge, the Capital One lounges, DFW and IAD. I think they're both high level, big league lounges. And at the one in IAD, I missed my flight, so I had to spend like 3 or 4 hours there. I could have asked for a better place to sit for 3 or 4 hours. The one at DFW, I've been several times. The one at DFW, I go to instead of the Centurion Lounge. They have better food, better atmosphere. Love. So Capital One Venture X at IAD, yeah. The Ritz Carlton, maybe. I mean, that depends. United cards, I'm not super interested in airline cards, but United has some good ones. So I would probably rather get Chase cards and transfer to United when I need to. But I have went through airline cards, so I understand the curiosity. But definitely, the Venture X I think works really well. Because I couldn't imagine being in an airport like IAD and having access to all those priority pass lounges and the Capital One lounge every time I fly. You have it a lot better than I do. Mostly free travel says points. Yeah, has a great free 3-day search. Do you mean like you can only search 3 days into the future, or you get access to the website for 3 days? I'm not familiar with that one. I haven't used it. David Ruiz says he can't wait to see what hotel he picked in Tokyo. This is something interesting. Tokyo, I'll be by myself. So this is a kind of a complicated question for oneself. Do I stay at something like the Conrad or something like a Hyatt, high-end Hyatt, and really live in the life of luxury? Or do I save that sort of redemption for my wife and kids so I can share it? and I stay at a Choice Hotels for 8,000 points. That's in a great neighborhood, a great location. I don't know. We'll see. I would really like to do the small Choice room. I think that might be. I think that might make for a really cool experience. Oh boy, now I'm behind again. You guys are really chiming in, and I appreciate it. Citizen Zero says he's considering canceling the platinum after watching my last video. My wife doesn't want to lose Sky Club access. If your wife does not want to lose Sky Club access, tell her to get her own platinum. And I know that's just a joke, but this is my thing. If you value Sky Club access enough to jump through the hoops, then keep the card. Because I do believe the card provides a ton of value, and I believe it's worth it, and I believe it's the best travel card on the market. I'm just tired of jumping through the hoops and questioning whether it's all worth it. So I'm going to spend a year without it. Maybe in a year, maybe I get the platinum again. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And I do love the Sky Clubs. I really do. I think they're great. They have like a spicy chicken salad sandwich in the Sky Club in Atlanta. It's awesome. It's so great. So now I'm really considering not canceling my platinum. Thanks, Citizen Zero. Ricky's travel hacking. Not sure if you have visited St. Louis. No. But he went last weekend for a quick trip. It was a lot of fun. The Arch. I have never been there. I have no desire to go there. We'll see. I don't want to say anything bad about it because I've never been there. But yeah, it's an idea. I mean, I'd like to get to a place where I'm doing those kind of domestic trips, and St. Louis would be a cool place. But not sure. Which hotels have the best lounges inside? I don't know that question. I don't know the answer to that question, but I will say this. Me and Glenn Ardonia stayed at a Hilton in Prague, and the executive lounge was everything you needed. Nice, quiet place to work, soft drinks, good coffee, and every night they had a happy hour with hors d'oeuvres and booze. So I think any lounge you can get to in hotels probably going to be pretty good. L Man Gaming. Luke, no one is talking about how Capital One will justify the inevitable annual fee increase for the Venture X. I heard someone talk about it. It's coming, but what do you think they're going to do? I think they're going to give us another credit. And I think that's a trend that needs to stop. But I think or they'll give us more points. If you make it 450 and you give us 15,000 points, we'll see. I don't like to speculate a whole lot on that kind of stuff because I think they do. They probably lose money on the Venture X, and then they make money with their subprime, card holders and other things. So it may hold off for a year or two. The price of everything is going up, though. It's just, go anywhere and buy something, and you'll go, geez, everything's going up. So your credit cards are going up too. Milton Gandhi, I have choice privileges, select MasterCard. Can we transfer points to other family? I don't know. I would just call the number on the back of the card. That I really don't know. Or call Choice and ask them, because those points are on your Choice account, not so much on your credit card account. So I would call Choice, and it'd really be a good time to call them and see what kind of customer service they have, because I don't know. Brad Groover, super thanks. Thank you, sir. Always helping the community. Happy holidays, Luke. Have a drink on me. I appreciate you, Brad. Thank you. And I thank all you guys that are on here. It's Christmas time. You're super busy. The stream crashed with no audio, and 68 of you are still here. I really appreciate it, guys. You guys are a really, really big time community. Okay, Milton says you can do it or Matt Clausen says you can do it through your Choice account. Shouldn't be an issue, so that's good. Charles says stay somewhere nice in Tokyo. You will thank yourself. Okay, well, yeah, that's a possibility too. Oh, Mostly Free Travel says that 3 days is any 3 days you want to travel. If your travel dates are flexible. So go get that deal. Check it out. Pooping Turtle. Hyatt redemptions in Tokyo aren't that cents per point value from what he remembers. So I don't think I will be using Hyatt points in Tokyo because I don't think I'll um I think I'll want to save my Hyatt points for all inclusives or suites. So I don't think I'll be using those. Those are really valuable for um when the whole family travels and we want that big room. Okay. So 3 days at a time searching for stuff. Ricky's travel hacking says, "My opinion: stay at the choice hotel and save the points for your family." I think that's a good. Man, here's the thing: as long as I have a little place to put my laptop and do a live, I think I'm going to have a lot of fun in a lot of those Japanese neighborhoods, without the big time luxury. Or I could split it up. We'll see. Jadoka says, "Anyone feel like airline status is pointless now unless you fly at least a couple times a month?" Yeah, I've always said that. I think it's the only, and I'm working on a video series about American airline status, and you can get American airline status without flying, and you don't really have to do things you don't want to do, and you don't have to go way out of your way to get gold and platinum status. And for me, that's American has the best routes and the best schedules for me, so I end up flying them the most. So for me, American getting stats with American is worth it on a lower level, but I don't think chasing airline status is worth it for very many people. If you think it's fun and you want to game it, then do it. But I think your spending and your time and energy is better placed acquiring transferable currency points. Citizen Zero, you're welcome. Phil Mo says he's had that chicken sandwich in Atlanta. It's super, man. It's oh man, I'm a big fan of chicken salad. Oh, Black Jedi, no shots at St. Louis, man. It's just I don't have a reason to go there. I'm not a Cardinals fan. Um, yeah, and I don't even know what else. Like Anheuser Busch. I don't really drink Anheuser Busch. Is that still a thing there? Um, Now, Black Jedi, no offense, but St. Louis does not have the best reputation for cities in America. I mean, I do like Nelly. I'm old enough to remember when Nelly was cool. So you do have that going for you. I'm not trying to clown St. Louis, man. Now for that, maybe I'm going to have to go and check it out. Check out the arch. Check out the people. I think it'd be a good trip. Rizwan Khan, he has a Discover It for 14 months now. First and only credit card, 755 score with TransUnion, keeping his utilization low, paying on time. Thinking about applying for a Chase Freedom. Yeah, man, do it. I think you've had good credit history with Discover. Chase. A lot of people say Chase doesn't like to be your first issuer, but you've had over a year of good credit and good utilization and all that good history. Do it, man. Go for it. Go for that Freedom Flex, and definitely let us know how it turns out. Any suggestions or tips? No, man. Just apply. Use a referral link. Yes. If you want to use my referral link, check out the description in some of the other videos. I don't have one in this actual stream because we had to restart the stream, but if you have a friend or a family member, use their link. If you don't, feel free to use mine. L-Man Gaming, the Japanese people would treat you like a king no matter where you stay. The Choice Hotel is a no-brainer option. Well, I like your style. Okay. Citizen Zero, you get to your favorite lounge and there's a huge line. What do you do? Listen, we had our creator meetup in Las Vegas, and leaving, I had to stand in a line for the Centurion Lounge. I mean, on some occasions, it's going to be like, hey, I'm here for 3 hours. I'll sit in line because I need a place to eat and chill. But I can see a lot of those trips saying, blow it off. I'm not standing in line. I'm just, I don't know. It wouldn't be optimal. And if there were another option, I would just go to the other option. Just like if you go to DFW and there's a line for the Centurion, go to the Capital One Lounge. There's a line for the Capital One Lounge. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure there's a priority pass lounge somewhere. I don't want to wait in line. I don't want to have a perk that doesn't make me feel like I'm getting value from it. Waiting in line is not cool, but I get it. Ben E is 424 with no chase, but also have an offer for Amex Gold 90K. Should you wait for the CSP sub increase? I don't wait for it. He's asking if should he wait for the Chase Sapphire preferred sub to increase or jump on the gold offer. Here's the thing, Benny. I don't wait for anything. We just talked about waiting in line. I'm not waiting in line for a sub. Um, I have a lot of Chase cards. I've redeemed almost 1 million Chase UR points this year. I've never cared about 524. I don't know if I've been under 524 in years. Like it's been years. So I don't wait. I get my sub and I redeem those points and I execute sweet redemptions that give me memories. Not the same strategy everyone has, but I don't wait. I don't have a credit card roadmap. I get what I want, I execute them, and I live, and it all works out. So that's just my advice. CJ Cab is tuning in from the Grand Wale in Maui. That's where my original summer vacation was supposed to be, and I changed it. So, man, I hope you are CJ Cab. I hope you're having an awesome time. I'm hoping you redeemed those Hilton points out there. So good job. Black Jedi thought about chasing American status, but my home airport is DFW, and you'll never get upgraded. Yeah, you're probably right, but there are other perks than just getting upgraded. You're going to earn more points on your paid flights. Yeah, you're probably right, and I wouldn't do it for the upgrades because DFW is a huge American hub. Everybody is big time platinum status, but I don't know. A lot of the ways you'd be going for status using the shopping portals and Simply Miles would generate more American Airlines miles, which is never a bad thing. So maybe that part, maybe that doing that, you'll accidentally get gold or platinum status. Yes, YouTube experiment says go check out the brewery in St. Louis. Yeah, I mean, Charles has any plans to apply for any new cards before year's end? Good question. I just applied for a card a day or two ago, and I got approved. So I'm going to talk about that sometime next week because it's a card I don't know if I've really ever talked about, but it's a pretty popular card. And it also will kind of reveal my strategy for 2024. So good question. I just don't want to talk about it just yet. I got to have some content, man. Milton Gandhi, choice points has great redemption in Europe. Yeah. Thanks to Uncle Luke, he brought up this point. Trust me, no other YouTubers talking about. Frequent Miler, Greg on Frequent Miler talks about choice points in Scandinavia. So there are at least him. He talks about it. For whatever reason, a lot of people in this game, they think they're above choice hotels. And I got news for you. Choice hotels, the Cambria, the Ascend collection or whatever it's called, and even a lot of, like you said, overseas choice hotels, they're nice. They're really nice. They're everything you need for a good basic stay. So I don't sleep on choice privileges program. Rizwan Khan thinking about applying for the Chase Freedom Unlimited too. The cashback. Okay, yeah, man. I'd probably just apply for both of them. Maybe wait 30 days or not, but I would apply for both of those. I think the Discover card, the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Freedom Flex as your first 3 cards is standard. It's a really good idea. It'd be hard to get a better 3 cards than that to start out with. St. Louis has amazing baby back ribs. I hate to say it, man. I'm going to sound bad, but I don't really eat baby back ribs. I'll probably take a lot of heat for that, but I just don't. I like food and I like barbecue, but just not all that interested in baby back ribs. I know it probably sound like a sissy or something, but sorry. Keith says, why stand in a line for a lounge with Adam and his kids. If Adam's got his kids in that lounge, I'm probably not going to that lounge because I don't want to hear his kids coughing and sneezing and bouncing around and dancing and stuff. You know what? If they're just dancing around, I don't care. But coughing and sneezing, no, thank you. Ike says he didn't find the Centurion Lounge to be all that exclusive. Just stand in line to get it. Here's the thing: sometimes when you get in there, there's nowhere to sit. Chad's Money Minutes is in the house. If you guys don't know, I've met Chad a couple different times. Super cool dude. Great channel. We're actually supposed to meet up again this summer. Old man YouTube kind of meet up, have a cigar and some fruity beach drinks. So if you haven't watched Chad Money Minutes YouTube channel, you have to. Chad is one of the guys who walks the walk as well as talks the talk. He does the big time redemptions. He does the domestic regular redemptions. He does all of it. Stays at all the cool places and all the regular places. So definitely check out Chad Money Minutes. Japan or East Asia in general probably have the best boutique non-Big Four hotels. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm going to have to do a lot of thought and check those out. Adam got the car to chase me down. Oh man, you'll get the pass to the airline's secret lounge. That Adam J, man, his kids might be. Hopefully, his kids are grown soon. YouTube Experiment says they fly mostly JetBlue because they're in New York and the price is good. The 25% UR bonus for redeeming, basically 1.5 redemptions. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's not bad. I've never flown JetBlue. I've never seen them. They're just not in the airports I fly out of. But man, people really seem to really be loyal to that airline and really like it and have a lot of good things to say about it. I don't know if I would transfer UR points to them. I think I would rather just book with the portal with JetBlue if that's possible. Carl and Rob book United through Chase portal for preferred trip delay. Not sure what that is. He's got United Explorer. Will I still get Group 2? I don't. You're talking about United's loyalty program, and I'm going to admit that I'm fairly ignorant when it comes to that one. I don't think I've ever covered it or did a video on it because up until very recently, I did not fly United at all. I flew United to position to AID, and I'm flying United in a couple weeks, but it's not something I've ever really looked into. So I got my homework to do. Keith S says, Luke, did you just get an AA card? No, I've had the city business AA card for a long time. I've had it, I think, well, not a long time, but like 3 years. And here's a pro tip, nieces and nephews: city cards. A lot of people don't know this, and a lot of people don't tell you this, but with Citi, if you have a card with an annual fee with Citi, you can call them and say, hey, would you be willing to waive my annual fee this year? They will do it over the phone, and you can call them and ask them about every single card you have. They are more than willing to waive your annual fee. I don't know how often, but just call them. They'll waive it. It's not quite a retention offer, but they won't make you pay or they'll say, if you do $100 in purchases, we'll credit you the $99, just like waiving the annual fee. But a lot of people don't report that or talk about it, but Citi will do that for you. Ricky says the Credit Card BS podcast has talked about choice hotels. Dude, the Credit Card BS podcast, those two guys are genius dudes. Those guys are super smart. The way they process and regurgitate the information, those guys are high level. I don't agree with everything they say, but they are really, really good. If you have a chance, check out their podcast for sure. YouTube Experiment says he reads reviews of hotels online. I don't care for brand. reviews, location, and price. Yeah, I can understand that, but I don't pay cash for a lot of stays, so I like to have hotel points from those ecosystems. Um, and I get a lot of value from those points. So I like to stay at the major chains. Judoka, I was in the IAD Capital One Lounge this week, and Adam and his kids were definitely sneezing and coughing all over. Capital One will not let Adam's kids sneeze and cough in there. Those guys at the IAD Capital One Lounge, they were tip top, on top of everything. Really good service, really good people. Um, I can't recommend that lounge enough, and I'm sure they don't have Adam's kids in there making a mess out of that place. Schmickp. Thanks to your info, I've adjusted my card selection and will be adding the Venture X for lounge access after the Aspire changes. Merry Christmas. Thank you, sir, or ma'am. Not sure. Schmickp. Um, I think the Venture X is a great card. I think the lounge access it kind of delivers is pretty good, and the Aspire is not given lounge access anymore, right? That's hurt a lot of people. Citizen Zero, any devaluation predictions? You've got a nice, healthy stream. Yeah, thank you, sir. We got 72 people, 74 people in here right now. Pretty good for a Part B stream. The devaluation predictions, I don't want to. It looks like it's just dominoes. It looks like anything that hasn't devalued in the last 2 years is due. So probably just about everything. I was really hurt with the Virgin, the BA, the British Airlines devaluation, and the British Airways got me. They got me the day they did it. They got me on flights that were 9,000 points. Were all of a sudden 11,000 points. I booked a flight for me and my little boy, so 4 flights, there and back, and it ended up costing me an extra 8,000 points or something. But at the end of the day, we're still getting good value, or we wouldn't be in this. Black Jedi, do you think we'll see a new Amex card this year that's over the platinum? No. If Amex's behavior indicates anything to me, it's a conservative approach. It's de-risking. It's kind of circling the wagons and kind of getting everything in for a kind of a less chance-taking, more boring year. So no, I don't think you're going to launch a new card. You're locking everybody out of bonuses, so you're not going to put the marketing and the bonus into a $1,200 card. I don't think it's going to happen. JetBlue flies out of Cleveland, but I don't think it really makes sense. Yeah, I don't. Cleveland's like far from. It's only 2 hours, but it's like 2 hours of straight highway, and plus it's Cleveland. I don't want to go to Cleveland. Cleveland's like a dying city. It's shrank every year in the last 30 years or something. Plus it's Cleveland. There's a rumor about a titanium card. Yeah, that's not. Here's the thing. When you're talking about Amex, there's never the name titanium is just something somebody coined because it doesn't make sense to have green, gold, platinum. Titanium's not worth more than platinum on in any scale. The rumors were years ago the Optimo card. A centurion is a rank in the Roman army, and Optimo, I think, was somewhere in between soldier and centurion. So the Optimo card would make a lot more sense. But I think those rumors are really things that are just born out of creators, creating content with ideas. I don't think there's any no real concrete rumors, but could be wrong. How do you think City will waive the annual fee for their $595 annual fee AA card? I don't know, but they might give you $100 off. $100 is $100, man. So call them and ask. Glenn Ardonia, my Filipino security team. Do you know any good Asia miles redemptions around September, October, specifically Cathay Pacific? Dino, Glen Ardonia. I just went over Cathay Pacific today, and I don't think I have any redemptions you'd be looking at. But what I did find out was you can book flights to the UK using Asia miles with Cathay Pacific for British Airways flights, and not have to pay that giant surcharge. So a business class flight with British Airlines is going to cost like $900 in taxes and fees on top of the points. If you use Cathay Pacific Asia miles, those taxes and fees go way, way down. I will be looking more into Asia miles um, because I've also looked at a couple redemptions to Hong Kong. For whatever reason, Carlos wants to go to Hong Kong. So I think Carlos is going to get to go to Hong Kong someday. Dino, meet us in Hong Kong, man. Flight. Oh, Ricky got the flight to Minneapolis an hour before Virgin raised the prices. Well, good job, man. Judoka says, with all the devaluation, something like the B of A premium rewards way better than points right now. You have a good point. And I would say, I say it all the time, but I want to put together a video with some concrete math and evidence. But 5% cash back is most likely better than what you're getting with your travel cards for domestic economy. Nobody wants to hear it because people want to be, I want to be team travel. Well, the 5% cash back people might not be team travel, but they're building up more travel money than we are. Some of us are. MK, what do you think of KLM or Air France redemptions? Big time. I like them. Simple program with a lot of opportunity to get really good value. They do have the surcharges. I just booked my family vacation, and it starts from Toronto to Amsterdam on KLM Flying Blue. Super deal. I have a video about it, a maximum value redemption video. I like them. Everybody transfers to Flying Blue. You can really rack up the points. Yeah, big fan of Air France Flying Blue. Tons of flights in Europe. Oh, Judoka is at the Optima. Now there was, maybe it wasn't the Optima. Maybe it was called something else. But there was a talk of a card in between the Platinum and the Centurion, and I thought it was some Roman army rank. So definitely wrong on the name there. But it definitely was not the titanium card, because on planet Earth, titanium is not worth more than platinum. And titanium's not a precious metal at all. So, Ike, when was the last time Amex came out with a brand new card, not a makeover like Marriott Bonvoy? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I could just look at their catalog and try to figure one out. Maybe the Plum card on the business side, but I'm not sure. It's been a while for sure. John says he thinks Amex is locking down and becoming conservative. Saw a report today about record credit card and auto loan defaults. I think you're right, man. I think it's getting scary for some of these financial places. We'll see. I've become a little bit more conservative in the way I do my personal finance too. I've always been the one who you have to encourage to spend. So, but I'm trying to spend less this year, even though I'm going to Japan in October, right? Have you stayed at the Andaz in Prague or Vienna? I have not. I've seen the Andaz in Prague. Great area, really cool property. I didn't stay there. We stayed at a place called the Grand Mark, and we stayed at the Hilton, Old Town. Great places. Hong Kong Disneyland would be nice. That's a really good idea, man. It's a really good idea. Yeah, YouTube experiment says that the bread card, it was not an Amex card, but it was they used Amex's payment system. So, I mean, if that the Wells Fargo Propel was an Amex card through their payment system, and that wasn't I didn't come out too long ago. Discontinued now, but sorry, my mustache itches. Friends could not get premium economy on Cathay from LAX to Hong Kong. Have you ever did the Cathay upgrade bidding option? I've never done the bidding option. I've never flown Cathay. I just like a random chance that somebody asked about Cathay because I looked at a lot of Cathay stuff today, and it's a good way to save on the surcharges to the UK because that made the UK prohibitively expensive for me, and it also makes it so I can fly to London from Cincinnati, which considerably cuts down my travel day, the time. I don't mind driving to Cincinnati. It's 90 miles, but it gives me a direct flight to Europe. So I think I'm going to be using that soon. Glenn says, Hong Kong it is with Carlos. Let's do it, buddy. Carlos is a good travel partner. Tampa travel. Centurion JFK is tucked away on the second floor. Lines are rare. I don't think I've ever waited in a line there. Yeah, so not all Centurions are crowded. And I've not waited in lines at Centurions often. Matter of fact, I think that Vegas one might be the only one. I have waited in Sky Club lines once or twice. L-Man Gaming says, that's why I chase sign-up bonuses. Team Cashback can't catch me. There you go. The sign-up bonuses go away after 30 or 40 cards. They at least slow way down. Oh, Ricky's travel. Listen, he says he wishes it wasn't so expensive to position to Toronto. It's unreal. I bit the bullet and paid the money to fly to Toronto, but it's unreal how much it costs to fly an hour and a half to Toronto. It's sickening, but it gave me the best route and the best travel day. So I took the hit. American Express Unobtainium. You're right, Matt. They're going to come up with some kind of. I don't think they're going to come out with a card this year. I don't not a card like that. I think they're taking too much heat for the coupons and for they're taking too much heat for the style that obviously works, but I don't think they want to push it too hard. Yeah, Charles Week says that he wishes they'd bring back the Zinc card. Make it a card you can add multipliers. As you add multipliers, the annual fee would go up. That would be really cool to have a personalized type card. I think everybody in our community would be really interested in that. MK says he's going to Europe in May and paying for the flight and most days with points, doing a Hyatt trip across Europe. It's awesome, man. I'm doing sort of the same thing in May. I'm not going clear across Europe, and I am staying at a Hyatt in Switzerland. I'm staying at the Park Hyatt in Zurich. It's supposed to be a big time property. Do you think I will make the Amex gods mad if I cancel 3 cards in 1 year? Probably. But who cares? They're going to put you in pop-up jail anyway when they don't feel like giving out bonuses. Yeah, I think you might. I may test that for you. I may cancel 4 cards for the Amex this year. We'll see. Dakota Sizemore. Hey, Luke, I remember you saying your home airport is CMH. What lounge would you like to see besides the Centurion Lounge? Capital One. Man, if you could put a Capital One lounge in Columbus, I would probably do advertisements for Capital One just because I'd be so happy with having a lounge like that to go to. Probably gain some weight too. Only paying for one hotel. Okay. Lynn's Ride Share Hustle Meetup in Tokyo. Lynn, I'm going to be there October 22nd for not very long. So let's start floating some ideas around on what we're going to do while we're there. We have to go to the Shibuya sightseeing platform, and we have to go to Mount Fuji. So, David Ruiz. Hey, Luke, glad you found that flight to Japan. Loving the weekly lives. I'll be looking out for that redemption video. Good night. Thank you, David Ruiz, and thank you for the heads up on the Japan Airlines reward space. Appreciate you, man. Charles Wheat. If you only have one premium credit card, doesn't matter the issuer, which one would you pick? Like if I could only have one and I'd have to give up the rest of the premium cards, It's I can't tell you definitively whether it's between the CSR or the Venture X, but it's one of those, and it's a decision I'm going to be making in April, which one I pick. So I got a lot of thought to do and a lot of exercises to kind of jump through um, on that. So it's the CSR or it's the Venture X. And if I had to pick one right now, it's the Venture X because it's the easiest to justify, and it's the easiest to go along with the style I want to kind of go forward with in 2024. And like I said earlier, um, my goals in 2024 are just give me the points. I don't need the perks. I don't need the benefits. Just give me the points. Like Keyshawn, just give me the damn points. Give me the ball. I'm like a wide receiver in the NFL, man. Just give me the ball. Charles says I have to cancel 5 cards issued through Amex. Good luck, man. Um, that's a lot. I've canceled a lot of Amex cards, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Uh, come on, April 2025. He's canceling his green card to get the CSR. Okay. I like the green card, man. I don't have it right now, but I like it. Ricky asked or if Capital One was ever in CMH, I'd buy buy tickets just to get food. Yeah, you're right, man. That Capital One lounge is, if you have it in your home airport, you're lucky. Lynn, yes, I booked business class. I booked business class on JAL, Columbus to Tokyo, Narita. Any thoughts on Grand Hyatt Berlin? My thoughts are I'd love to go there. I didn't go to Berlin. I didn't get to go to Berlin when I was in Germany, but I would really love to. Yeah, L-Man Gaming likes the Venture X. Random Judoka. For sharing redemptions, I'm taking the wife to Lisbon, Barcelona, and Amsterdam in the spring. United Business, Hilton, and Hyatt. First wedding. Love it, man. I love those choices. Lisbon, Barcelona, and Amsterdam. Good job, man. Yeah, like Ike says, CSR or Venture X. That's a tough decision. I don't have the CSR, so it's not like I have to make the decision. I do have the Venture X. And even if I get the CSR, why would I cancel the Venture X? Yeah, Dollar Man has a good point. Um, at least in the past, canceling 3 cards with American Express would not be a big deal as long as you're running money through those other cards. Today, they may give you some problems, but if you're in, but here's the thing, running money through Amex cards isn't $1,000 a month. Running money through Amex cards is 100 grand a year. I don't know if I don't know if anything less than that really registers with them. Jay from the Bay, what dates are for the Japan? We're just talking about it right now, but I will be in Japan in Tokyo October 22nd. So tentatively, that's when I'm going to be there. I don't know how flexible that is because I had to be home for trick or treat. Oh, Black Jedi's got no love from Capital One for the Venture X. Man, I feel for you, man. I didn't even apply for it. I product changed a Capital One card. Lynn's Rideshare says, don't fly American Airlines internationally. He didn't like it. Yeah, and Judoka says if a business isn't giving you good service, cancel. You know. Okay, guys. It's 8:47. I go to bed at 9 o'clock, and we have 81 people in here. Listen, I want to say, you 81 people, I can't thank you enough. I know it's Christmas time. I know you're all busy. You stopping by, I'm amazed. I'm humbled and I'm honored. Thank you. But I have to go to sleep. Um, we'll do this again next Thursday after Christmas. Guys, if you stayed all the way for a while, I appreciate you and I thank you. And I just can't thank you enough. So good night. We'll see you soon.